What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to Impactful Living Podcast.
Where it's all about impacting the masses.
And so today we are going to be speaking about the words we share about our spouse and how powerful that is, right?
It is powerful. So,
You guys, before this, we were just laughing about a bunch of stuff because this was something that was told to us on the day that we got married. They said, keep your marital affairs to yourself. We don't want to hear about it. You don't want to hear you talk about her. We don't want to hear you talk bad about him because at that particular time, people are able to pass judgment. And his mom just wants to love me for me.
yeah. It's not people. Let's make it clear. It's my mom.
But not only your mom, my aunt did too. My aunt in New York, she did too.
Okay.
And these are coming from people that have been married a long time.
Yeah.
You know, again, I'm going to take marital advice from people that are actually doing it, right? Not people that are, not.
Yeah. So my mom was very big on that, and I see examples all the way around where, she have to deal with certain things and she have to make the decision whether she want to like someone else or I don't want to put my mom in that position, but furthermore, I don't want nobody feel certain way about you.
Yeah,
right?
that's nice.
So with that, I say keep your marital problems to yourself, to the other person. Make sure you communicate with them. And just like we said earlier,
if you want to talk ish about your spouse, then you need to go to therapy.
Go to therapy, and then at that point you could say whatever you want because you just gonna line it out.
If you want to, but I'm just saying, because it makes a factor.
No, might as well. You paying for it. Why not line out everything? You paying for somebody listening to you and your spouse there at the same time. Man, you know how you at that point. I'm paying for the time. I'm paying that person to listen. I'm getting everything out. So now that person would have evidence and say, listen, you know what? At least that person can agree with me and say, I did tell you.
Okay.
Right?
That's true.
So, I mean, each his own, but I feel like we've done good so far as taking care of our own problems.
Well, it's not just that. It's like, for example, just how you speak to your spouse in front of your kids. Because at the end of the day, our kids are watching us. We're the example. They were the first example to them. So if they see parents are constantly bickering and fighting and talking crap about each other, that's what they're going to grow up and do. But not only that, that is how they're going to treat that less dominant person in the relationship, I would say. They will start to speak, maybe bad to their mother or father and just have no type of respect because that's what the example that was set for them. And so for in our household, that's a no-go. Like our kids, we don't want to argue in front of our kids. We don't want to speak anything in front of them. If we're going to have a discussion, we're going to wait. We're going to go in a room or we're going to go wait till they go to sleep at night because I want our kids to see the best example of what a marriage looks like. Because I always tell them, when you grow up, I want you to find a marriage like your dad and I or better, right? So they're in their eyes, their parents' marriage is such a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Like I want you to get up on my wedding anniversary when I hit 20 years and say, man, my parents have the most beautiful love. That was my envision when I got married. If they say that, I don't know. But that's what I always envisioned. So that's why I feel like I'm very careful what I say about you in front of them.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's not that, and don't get this wrong, guys, it's not that we don't have disagreements. You can have disagreements in front of them, but the calling out a name and talking down to that person, making them feel less than, is not something that we do. We don't do
ever.
it.
He's
we don't,
never
we don't do
ever
it.
done that.
The thing is this: we don't do it in front of people, and we don't do it behind closed doors. So if I don't do it behind closed doors, why would I do it in front of people? So those are the things that we practice behind closed doors, so it never get out to there, to begin with. But as far as with our kids, I never call my wife out of pocket, say anything out of pocket.
We've been together.
She never been out of pocket.
Our anniversary is coming up this weekend, guys. FYI.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Right? But it's one of them things where, you see certain things in the past and you don't want to repeat those things.
And that's the thing. You have to take that. Like, I love that you just said that. Sorry to interrupt, but I love that you just said that. We got to take what we learned in the past. If we saw our parents talking bad to our mother or father and we didn't like that, we didn't like the bickering and the arguing and that example, why bring that in to your marriage? But that also has to go with communication, because if you didn't talk about this before you got married, right? Like, you could come from some messed up households. I'm gonna say I didn't come from the most perfect household at all, but at the same time, when I got with you, we kind of laid out that in the beginning how our families were, and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want no man to speak to me no kind of way, and he don't want no woman to speak to him any kind of way. So I think that we set that foundation in the beginning by talking about it. Like, don't think we're constantly telling y'all about communication, because it really matters.
It does, because I mean, I didn't come from a perfect household either.
Neither of us did.
but we take the good. I take the good, and I run with the good, and whatever was bad, I don't like it. I didn't like how it made me feel as a kid, as a kid in the house. So I try not to do that same thing when it comes to my kids, right? Just like we could go further with it and say, listen, how you treat your parents in front of your kids is how they're going to treat you when they get older.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Right? So watch how you talking to your mom and dad in front of your kids, because when it's your turn, you're going to say, yo, don't fiesta yourself with me, no boy.
For y'all Jamaicans who understand him.
Right? Or disrespect them, or don't talk to me like that. But you're telling them don't talk to you like that, but you're doing that to your parents. So they're only doing what they see you doing, and then you're gonna wonder where you get that disrespectful attitude from, when all they're doing is repeating what you did, right? They watch you grow up in your house for 18 years or 20 plus years, however time they take to move out of your house. And then when they're doing certain things, you're wondering where it came from. Well, it's what they saw, and what they saw, they do. What they see, they do. Monkey see, monkey do.
Exactly.
Right? So in a sense, when you treat your parents a certain way, and then they're treating you that way, you have to wonder.
There's no surprise.
There's no surprise. It shouldn't be any surprise. Just like how I treat my wife in front of my kids, and I have 2 boys. So I tell them up front, yo, you're not going to disrespect your woman. You're not going to lay a finger on a woman. If I find out you lay a finger on a woman, I'm going to lay my fist on you.
Exactly.
Right?
I don't have any respect, and I don't care who sees this or who feels any way about this. I have no respect for no man that puts their hand on a woman. You're not her father, and not even my daddy even did that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just.
But I same way go around too though. I don't have no respect for a woman that thinks she's a man and try to put her hand on a man.
Yeah.
Right. Because if you put your hand on a man
keep your hands to yourself, people. You How about that? Let's start off with that. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay. You're not nobody's mother, father, nothing. You don't need to be disciplining no grown woman or man.
There you go. So
you just with the wrong one.
You're with the wrong one. If you have to fight, if you have to call people out their name to get their attention or something like that, it's the wrong way you're going. It's the wrong relationship you're in.
Absolutely.
So eventually you're gonna the relationship is getting deteriorate anyway, and then your insides, as far as your mental state, is not gonna be fulfilled, because somebody's talking down to you. You're talking down to someone, so you don't have respect for them. They don't have respect for you. So what kind of relationship
are you in?
It ain't gonna work.
Exactly. But outside of your kids, you also have to be mindful of how you're speaking to your spouse when it comes to your friends, right? You're gonna have that one friend that you want to talk to about certain things, but you also just gotta be mindful. Your friend got a friend too. Okay, I learned that. You think you somebody's best friend, that best friend got a best friend. So your business will get out, and if you don't want your business to get out, don't say nothing to nobody. That's just how I feel about it.
Yo, I always say, don't talk bad about your spouse to no one. To no one. It's just that.
Because when you come around your friends, if I sit here and talk bad about you constantly, and you come around my friends, they're just going to look at you and judge you. Because my friends. They're going to look at you and just judge you.
They do that side eye.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And just wait for you to walk away to say something.
Girl, girl, hey. So it's one of them things where if I'm around someone
Mm-hmm.
and they're start to call their wife or their woman bitch or something, then I'm gonna be like, damn,
Don't
this.
block us, social media. I apologize. Because
Oh,
there's a
so
lot of
yeah,
rules going into
yeah.
place now.
So yeah. Yes, but I didn't intentionally. But anyway, if they call them out their name, it's like two things is gonna come to mind, right? Probably more than two. One, the relationship is toxic. Two, he
Yes.
has no respect for her. And then three, it's like, yo, when you see that person, now you are gonna have some kind of feelings towards that
You're not
person
going to
because.
respect that spouse either. Because if the spouse is able to sit there and talk crap in front of people, when your friends come around, they're not going to respect your spouse.
But I will say this: there's always two sides to a story, right? And I know people that talk a lot of crap about their spouse, and then when it comes down to it, it don't go so.
No.
You
Well,
know, not no go so until you hear the other side. Oh, sorry, nothing appears the way it seems
in English.
in English. In English, because sometimes I be getting away, right?
Yes.
Sometimes I be getting away, and I want everybody to understand what we're saying. So nothing appears the way it seems. So there's always another side to the story, and me and a friend always say that, like, yo, you can't just go off of what one person is saying until you actually hear the next side, because if you're hearing just one side of the story, you'll think that this person is horrible. They don't do certain things. And man, like, yo, I can't believe that person. You never envision a person to be that way. And then all of a sudden the truth comes out and you be like, man, now I don't have no respect for you.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So, but either way, I feel like that could have been ignored if one, you just told the truth and not have to talk like negative or call the person out their name, or two, just keep it to yourself and discuss that with the person to begin with,
Yeah.
and see how there's a solution that can come from that.
Yes. Completely agree. What would you say will be another thing?
Another thing, man, that tough one. That tough
I mean,
one.
we talked about our kids, we talked about friends, but even our family.
Even our family, but better yet, the most important one is in public.
Yeah. You know, I have seen
Like all of
situations.
this, right? When you're talking about family, right? You're talking about I'm talking about family gatherings, or when you're around family in a house or in a setting. When we're talking about kids, we're talking about our kids being in the house, seeing what we do, how we treat each other. When we talk about our friends, we're talking about when we're in a group setting, or you over having a girls' night, or I'm having a guys' night, or whatnot. But the most important part to begin with is in public,
Absolutely.
because in public they don't know you from Adams to begin with, and now you feel like if I feel like when somebody talk down low to you, it's like you want to crawl in a bubble and just hide your face, right? And I don't want you to feel like that, and I for sure don't want you to even think about making me feel
Yeah.
like that, right?
No, but seriously, I know situations, people that have had straight up brawl outs in clubs, at family reunions, at just any situation, even a damn grocery store. Okay,
Yeah.
like I have seen it all from outsiders that I don't know and people that I truly do know. So I know there are people that just speak any type of way. They just have no respect in front of their parents. They'll talk to their spouse at any type of way. Like you cannot do that. We have to have some type of level of respect if you want your marriage to go far. I feel like the people who are doing that is because they feel like they have the power. Oh, that person is never going to leave. Right? They feel like they just have this thing over them. They could say whatever they want to do. Now, just because you listen, I know a lot of people take their vows seriously, so they're just gonna accept anything because I said I do, for better or for worse, so I'm just gonna accept whatever is given to me. No, you don't have to accept anything that is given to you. I feel like we have to have some kind of self-worth in it just for ourselves. Like, come
Well,
on.
let me ask you this. Do you think, because you just said something, right? Not because you take a vow with someone, but is that the person that God truly meant for them if they're doing that to them?
Listen, for me, I'm not taking crap from no man, nobody in the streets, nobody like that. I get it, you're my husband, and I'm gonna go seek counsel, right? Come pray about it. But if that was in that situation, but at the same time, I don't feel like you might. This is me. I wouldn't feel like you would be the right person for me, right? Because if you could sit here, slap me, hit me, which he's never done, but if you could sit here and talk down to me in front of people, why would I want to spend eternity with you? That's like being in hell.
Man, that's hell on earth, right?
Because, but you got to remember, there are people that watch their parents go through that. So their parents never set that foundation, right? So their dad or their mom was speaking all types of ways. So you get into a new relationship, you automatically think it's okay for your spouse to talk to you any type of way. They
Just
out
to
of
let
pocket.
just to let y'all know, this is us saying, yo, you deserve better,
You deserve the best.
right? And this is us saying, if you're the one that's doing it, you need to check yourself, right?
Stop your foolishness.
Because at the end of the day, it's like everybody deserve a level of respect. And if you think that that person doesn't deserve that respect, you don't need to waste your time and life and their life being in each other's life, right?
Correct.
Because you're just wasting your time. You're wasting their time. Instead of going and find somebody that you actually respect, actually trust, and you could build something together. If you're saying that you take a covenant with that person, um, or you know, you're married to that person, and you say, well, you don't believe in that divorce thing because God wouldn't bring that to you. Okay, don't want a man or a woman to disrespect you, to beat you, to make you feel less than. If anything, I should make my woman, my wife, feel
You're supposed to
like
love me like God loves the church, right?
love you
So that's
like how
exactly. You're supposed to be with the most respect.
right. So I'm supposed to be showing you the most respect possible. So if you're thinking, well, now we're not telling people to get divorced or
No, we're
nothing
telling
like
you to go
that,
seek
right?
counsel.
We're telling you, yo, there's solutions that you could do and fine, but in yourself, you don't deserve that. So it's something to where if you don't say anything, if you just continue to let somebody talk to you like that, then they're gonna feel like they can talk to you like that all the time. Versus, yo, you don't talk to me like that. I don't talk to you like that. There's a level of respect that we show each other behind closed doors and especially in front of other people. If you already practice it behind closed doors, there's no way it will happen in front of people.
Correct.
But if you do it, if you try to practice it in front of people, then it can happen behind closed doors, right? It's a difference. When nobody's watching and you're doing the right thing, when you're in front of people, you're going to do the right thing. Versus when you're doing the right thing because people are watching, when people are watching, you might just be out of pocket because there's nobody watching, right? So it's like practice in private. So when you go in public, you'll be able to do the same thing that you've been doing the whole time, right? So you don't deserve to be talking to make you feel like you're less than. You don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
And if you are not married, but you're, engaged and so forth, and this is already happening, don't think that that's going to change because
Curb.
it's not. It might get even worse.
Curb.
It's not going to change. So you need to
Curb. Kick them to the curb. Like curb.
No, seriously, you have to figure this out before you say I do. These signs are there. You just need to open your eyes and figure out, okay, is this what I want from my life? If not, you need to find somebody else. And you know what it is? Some people settle because they haven't been in a relationship for so long, or they don't have the proper self-worth, and they just accept whatever's out there. Baby girl, you deserve the best. And sir, you deserve the best just as well too. But you know what's one thing that we did when we first got married, and I think that helps us have a good foundation, is on our vision board, we have our, God's first, but then after that, we have our marriage. So we look at that every day because our marriage is one of the most important things to us. But not only do we have our vision board, we also have a mission statement for our marriage of what we want our marriage to be like. And if I say I want to spend the rest of my life with this man, right? What are the steps? What do I have to do for this to last long? Because at that particular point, if you're not happy, either inside or in your marriage, if you're speaking like that. So I'm trying to be the best wife possible. I'm also trying to make our relationship fun, enjoyable, so we don't ever have to get to that particular point. But we have a mission statement for our marriage. And if we come off course, okay, I'm gonna need you to go read that mission statement and figure out this is where we're trying to go. And again, this weekend, we're celebrating our anniversary. Being together with one person for 16 years is not easy. Okay, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of communication. It takes a lot of these discussions. So everything we're telling you guys is that we've learned from experience. And again, now my husband and I have never talked. We never hit each other. We never spoke bad to each other. But because we've laid certain foundations off rip.
The day you put your hands on me,
I think we're done.
Is the day that I'll probably walk out the house and I'll be like, yo, boys, I love you, but
this is just not. It's not healthy because we want a healthy marriage. We want our kids to be in a healthy environment.
And you see, I'm saying this in public, right?
Okay, because he gonna do it publicly.
I'm saying it in public because the thing is, the respect will go out the door.
Well, you have self-worth for yourself,
right? So, it's like I don't want that, and I don't want my kids to be able to say, "Yo, you can be in a relationship where a woman hit you."
Or a man hit you. No.
I have 2 boys.
Oh, you're not worried about y'all right now. So y'all got to figure out y'all's situation.
I have 2 boys. So I'm saying my kids, right? I don't want them to feel like it's okay to be in a relationship where a woman hit on you.
Yeah, but you know what, though, you need to do? You need to speak to your kids about that from young.
But the thing is, we do. That's why I'm saying that. That's why it's like, if I see them ever put their hand on a woman,
it's over.
Yo,
my kids know not to.
Call the police for me, cause I wouldn't. I'm gonna really tell them before they call a police, right? Call me, because I'm gonna be worse than the police. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not tolerating that, and we're not training our boys to be that way either.
So in the same sense, it's like, if you don't believe it, if you have the same views on what we're saying,
comment below and let us know if you feel that way.
Then practice the same thing like we're practicing. We don't know if it works until they get older, and if they start doing something that's out of pocket, be like, yo, you didn't get that from us. So where in the line did you get certain things from? And it could be that, yo, when they go off to a friend's house or something, they might see something different, right? But the thing is, when we're talking to them and we're doing the best and teaching them the like, hopefully they go that path. But sometimes, your kids want to go off the wrong path.
Yeah.
Right? But if they do, and I'm alive, just know that, police, soldier,
but basically you as a parent also need to step in if you see certain things like that. That's just what he's just trying to explain.
Yeah, and it's just one of them things where I am seriously, like, I'm against.
Yeah.
Right. So because I know that the disrespect, and the reason why I say this so much is because relations before this, it happened, right? And I didn't like the feeling. I didn't like it at all. So if I had that feeling, why would I bring it to the next relationship?
Correct. Change.
Right? If you don't like when you see certain things, why bring it into another relationship? So that's why I said, for me, I always learned from the past. And then if I don't like it, what can I do to improve the future?
Yeah, completely agree. Love you. I'm blessed, y'all. I tell people that all the time. I am truly, truly blessed. I found the right one for me. But again, we built this foundation together. We had a lot of sit-down conversations. So it's not something that we just, again, I feel like a lot of these women beaters and people who speak down to people, I don't care. I'm going to call them that.
Hold on. You have man beater,
people who lay their hands on other people and who talk out of pocket in front of friends, family, children, is because I truly feel a lot of this stems from their childhood, from what they saw growing up. Either if it's not mom and dad, it's grandpa and grandma, or somebody in their family that they saw that toxic behavior from, that brought over into their adulthood. Again, keep your damn hands to yourself and watch what you say about your spouse. And again, you mean the world to me, and so I'm going to let everybody know that, and I'm never going to speak ill about you in that manner. Now, if you piss me off sometimes, they'll be like, yeah, girl, he done pissed me off today, so I'm going to need you to come pick me up. We're going to go out for a little, get something to eat. You're going to have those. But for me to sit here and just talk negative nonstop, no, it's not happening.
Not happening.
Was anything else you want to touch on?
No, baby love.
That was it, guys. We just wanted to come on here and just have a little conversation with you guys, just to let you know the words that we share truly matter. Okay, so if that's the case and you want to get some things off your chest, check out my journals. I have journals on Amazon that you could find. You could write all the bad things you want to say about him in there, and then you could read the Renew and Restore, because you might need a little help after that. But again, all of that stuff can be found in the Amazon storefront. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time.
See you next one.